On the day of our 30th wedding anniversary, I had planned a small dinner at home, thinking it would be a night filled with memories and warmth. My husband, Daniel, seemed oddly calm throughout the preparations, his eyes following me with a look I couldn't quite read. I thought he was just being sentimental, but I couldn't have been more wrong. When dinner was over, Daniel stood up and said he had a gift for me. He handed me a small, neatly wrapped box. My heart raced, expecting jewelry, perhaps something meaningful to celebrate 3 decades together. But when I opened it, my smile froze. Inside were DNA test results for our 2 children. I felt the blood drain from my face as Daniel quietly said, "Happy anniversary." I thought today was the right day for the truth. His voice was cold, his eyes steady. My hands trembled as I skimmed through the papers. The results were undeniable. Neither of our children was biologically his. The silence in the room was suffocating. I tried to speak, to explain, but words tangled in my throat. Daniel finally broke the quiet, his voice sharp with pain. 30 years. Linda, 30 years. I've been raising another man's children while you smiled in my face. The weight of his words crushed me. Tears welled up as I tried to defend myself. I told him I loved him, that the affairs had been mistakes, that I never meant for it to go this far. But Daniel didn't even blink. "Love," he scoffed. "You don't cheat for 3 decades if you love someone. You built our whole marriage on lies." The children, now grown, were in shock when he called them into the room. He showed them the papers, his hands steady, his face pale. Their confusion quickly turned to disbelief, then anger, directed at me. I watched as everything I had built, all the trust and bonds, collapsed in one night. Daniel didn't scream, didn't rage like I expected. Instead, he stood with quiet determination. "I stayed faithful all these years," he said. "But tonight I'm setting myself free." His calmness cut deeper than any shouting ever could. He walked to the bedroom, packed a single bag, and left without another word. The kids wouldn't even look at me. They left too, slamming doors, saying they needed time to think. I sat alone in the wreckage of what was supposed to be a celebration, holding the DNA papers in my hands, shaking as if they were knives. Days passed and Daniel didn't return. A letter arrived instead, neatly written in his handwriting. He explained he had filed for divorce, that he wanted no more lies, no more fake anniversaries. He wished me a long life, but made it clear I would no longer be a part of his. His revenge wasn't loud, but it was final. He had exposed me in front of the children, shattered the illusion of our family, and walked away with his dignity intact. In his silence, he destroyed me more than anger ever could. I tried calling, begging, apologizing, but he never answered. Friends I once leaned on began to distance themselves, disgusted by my betrayal. Even my children avoided me, struggling with the reality of who their real father was and the life of lies I had forced on them. Now I sit in this empty house filled with memories that no longer bring comfort. The laughter we once shared feels like a ghost haunting me. Daniel got his revenge in the purest form, by leaving me to drown in my guilt and loneliness. And every year when our anniversary comes, I remember not the love we once had, but the night he exposed everything and walked away free, while I was left behind to carry the weight of my choices forever.